Hey guys, what's up? Mr. Surplus Nut here, bringing the third part of this videos on how to sight in a scope or a red dot, whatever you might have. It was a request that I had from this guy that left me a message on my channel. And well, let's jump right into where I left off from the second part on how to reset your reticle after you've mounted maybe a scope on different rifles and you've managed to run out of adjustments on your turrets. And I was talking on the second part of the video how some people, they just go all the way on your turrets where they can't go no more, either right or left, and then they go the opposite way and they start counting their clicks, and then they just go back and leave it halfway. Well, this happened to me with a Leupold scope where I didn't have clicks. It's the Leupold Gold Ring Rifleman. I believe it's like 4x12x40. Really decent scope for 250 bucks. You can't beat it. So I called Leupold to try to send them the scope back, and they put me with this guy from technical support, and he basically told me, listen, I'm gonna save you the what you're gonna pay for shipment, for us to send it back, for us to go through the headache of doing it with you, when I can tell you what to do, and which is how we do it in the factory. A lot of people, believe it or not, they send scope back for that to the manufacturer. They just don't know how to get it back to their midpoint of your elevation and windage. Well, this guy told me, well, you know what? You get a mirror, okay? You get a mirror and you put it at the end of the scope and you look through the eyepiece and you're gonna find two reticles. One is gonna be your elevation, the other one's gonna be your windage. I was like, what? He goes, yeah, put a mirror at the end and then make sure you got either not a whole lot of lighting around you, or you need just about the right lighting. And once you look through the back, you're gonna notice that you're gonna see two reticles. They're gonna be off depending on the adjustment that you did last on that rifle you had, like whatever, if you went so many clicks up on elevation and so many clicks either left or right, you know, all that. When you look through that scope and you have a mirror at the end, you're gonna see where the two reticles are separate. All you have to do, get your windage and start clicking either way till you see that it starts moving, and basically all you need to do, you need to line up both reticles, your elevation and your windage, till they both meet together and it just looks like one. A little bit confusing at times till I did it. So what did I do? Well, that's why I have this here. Luckily my wife's not around. Well, I went to her makeup thing. You know, a lot of time makeup mirrors, they have really, believe it or not, pretty decent little mirrors on them. And I don't know if it's the backing that they put or whatever, but this is what I use. And all you do, okay, all you do, you get a mirror. It could be any mirror. Sometimes I've done it in the mirror on my dresser or whatever. You gotta have the right lighting though. You get a mirror, you put the end of the scope right on there, and you look through the end of the scope. Right now I'm looking at it. This is perfect right here, guys. I'm able to see two reticles in here. And obviously this scope, I'm planning on mounting at another rifle, so I already re-outlined both reticles. And I can see where they're perfect. But if you do this, you put a mirror at the end and you look through the scope, you're gonna end up seeing two reticles. All you do, you start doing either the elevation or the windage, okay? The elevation and the windage, and you're gonna see how they both gonna be walking towards each other. And all you wanna do, you wanna make it one cross, one reticle, okay? But once you look through your mirror, you're gonna see that one, it's gonna be a little bit more to the left. Like you're gonna see like two reticles separate. Okay, and once you start clicking, once you see it walking over, tick, 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 you know how much you have to go to the right or the left, and then you do the same with your elevation. You start clicking on that one, tack, 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 and you're gonna see how it's either going up and down, and you wanna line up both of those reticles together. This is the technique the guy told me. That loophole, I never knew about that. Okay, for you guys that have done it for many years, you know, for a long time, with the thing of the clicking going halfway, that thing is tedious. Sometimes if you don't have good clicking on your turrets because the scope is already used and old, you might be off a few clicks. This is the way that Loophole does it. Technical support told me this at the factory. Obviously, I'm sure they're not going to have like a makeup mirror. They're probably going to have a very good high quality mirror with the proper backing, you know, the proper setup, that once they get that scope on there, boom, they do this thing. The guy told me they do this thing like in not even half a minute. Obviously, it took me more or less the same time. But this is the technique. You get a mirror, put it at the end of the scope, your end bell, okay? And then you look through the other end and you're gonna see two reticles, and you just start adjusting it till you get it to the proper space. Simple little makeup mirror. All right, guys. Well, now I think we spoke enough about the scopes, you know, about the scope and how to readjust it. Okay. Maybe this guy's having a problem where he's running into this, where he mounted the scope or a red dot in a rifle and went to put it in another one, and now he's running out of clicks, and you know he don't know what to do. Well, I already covered that part. Next thing to sighting a scope, which I use, is this thing from Laserlight. It comes in this nice little case. It also comes with the little ends that you can put, that they give it to you, that you can put for different calibers. It comes with this little Ziploc bag, and they're all in there. It's come with its own little Allen key wrench. Okay, and it's made by Laserlight. I've had this thing forever, and I mean the laser is, I think I've only changed the battery once, and I've had this thing for like 4 years. So this is the one from Laserlight, and they give you this reflective paper or target to line up your scope. See the laser there? Very useful little thing at the range. This is what I use to start sighting in my scopes. Okay, I only use this thing to like about, maybe I will say about, I start off at 25 yards. Okay, very, very handy little thing. So I start off with this, and I go from there. Okay, you need to start off about maybe 15, 20, the most 25 yards. And you want to make sure your rifle is in a steady platform. When I say platform, I mean either a bipod, any type of front end rest that you're using on your rifle, whether it's sandbags, whatever it may be. And the main part on a rest, whether it's the front and rear, it will be your rear. Because the rear is the one that's holding your butt stock, you know, your butt end of the stock, and that you want to have it where it's hugged up, where it doesn't move on you. Okay, and you want to start off by sighting it in that way. So these will be the things that we're gonna need to sight in a scope properly. Okay, and I'm gonna have to catch you guys back. My minutes are running out, and we'll come back and most likely we'll finish it up on this other part. Okay, check you guys out.